Hi, Scott here, and today we'll be assembling the brand new Husky heavy-duty steel tote rack. We've laid out the parts so you can verify the quantities per the assembly instructions. Any shortages, please contact our customer service department and we can send you those immediately. Step one is to assemble the post end cap part G to the bottom of the post part A, noting that the post does have a correct orientation up and down. The narrow portion of these slots have to be pointing down towards the floor. Simply put that on there like so. And you'll do this for 6 post assemblies. Step 2 is to assemble post coupler D onto the top of the post assembly that you just made. Putting it on like that. And then with your rubber mallet, tap that down into place until the little tab bottoms out against the top of the post. After assembling all 6 post couplers onto the bottom portion of the post, we move on to step 3, where we'll be taking post A and putting that into the top of the post coupler, making sure that the post is oriented with the narrow portion of the slots facing downward. Simply slides into the top of the post coupler, and then with your rubber mallet, seat that top post all the way down until it bottoms out to the tab in the post coupler. Step 4, we'll assemble brace part B in this orientation with the ledge on the top to the bottom of the post we just built, putting it into the second hole from the bottom of the side of the post. Tap that down with a hammer. And then do the same to the other side of the brace. Putting the tab into that second hole and tapping it down with a hammer. Continuing step 4, we'll assemble brace B with the ledge up in this orientation into the topmost hole of the post on both sides. Repeat the assembly on the second post like so. For step 5, we'll take tote rail bracket part C in this orientation and assemble it to the post on the opposite side of the brace that we just installed. So you have to angle it into the 4th slot down, both front and rear, and lightly tap it down with your rubber mallet. Continuing with tote rail bracket C, we'll leave 8 slots open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and put the rail into the 9th slot. Front and back, same number of slots, so the tote rail is level. Continue with the 3rd tote rail bracket C, again skipping 8 slots down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which also happens to be the first available slot below the post coupler. Repeat for the 4th tote rail bracket C, again skipping 8 slots. We've completed step 5, making 2 end frame assemblies. Now for step 6, we'll be building the center frame assembly by taking a total of 8 tote rail bracket C and assembling it to the post just like we did in step 5, counting down 4 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4. Continuing down on the same side, skipping 8 post holes again. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. 7 and 8. It winds up being right below the post coupler, front and rear. Okay, we're going to repeat adding the 4 tote rail bracket C to the other side of this middle frame. In step 7, we'll be assembling brace B to the 3 frame assemblies we've built, with the ledge on the top, goes in the 6th slot down from the post coupler. That might be helpful to lean that frame up against the wall if you're doing this by yourself. And now we're assembling the center frame. 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll go right in there. Taking brace B, again with the ledge up, putting it at the same level as the one we just installed. 4, 5, 6. Taking brace B again, ledge up, into the 5th hole above the coupler. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the 5th. Tap that in place with the mallet. Ledge up. Taking brace B with the ledge up into the topmost hole. Completing the other side. Top hole. B into the very bottommost hole. Final brace into the bottom here. And we'll finish off the front of the assembled unit with brace B again, up at the top position. And then brace B, again ledge up on the other right-hand side. And brace B into the bottommost position in the front. And then we'll repeat for the right-hand side. Step 8 is to put the 2 wire decks on the very top of the unit. Wire deck goes with the double rails on left and right, and the wires that go front to back go on the top. And that sits on top of this horizontal brace B. Step 9 is to put the plastic pins into the holes right above the B brace at the very top of the unit. They just snap in like that. And there'll be 4 across the front and 4 across the rear. So you can see if the hole is not fully exposed, you want to tap that brace down a little bit. So when we put the plastic clip in, it is below the steel brace B. And then we'll repeat on the back side of the unit. For step 10, we put the post end cap G, 6 of them, on the tops of the posts. Now that you have the unit fully assembled, step 11 is to install the anti-tip hardware kit. Move your rack into the final position, and then you can install the kit to the wall per the assembly instructions enclosed. Now we're ready to load our HDX 27-gallon totes, starting in the bottom first. They simply slide in and set on top of the tote rail brackets. And on the top shelf, you can either put a tote or anything else on that wire deck. And with this rack, each tote can be accessed independently.